Hey everyone, welcome back to Modern Mindset. We're going to be trying something a little different this week, a little more entertaining, a little less, lecture. But don't pay attention too much to this little contraption right here. It may be a little distracting, but it plays an important part later on. When I was thinking of what kind of content I wanted to make for this YouTube channel when I first started out, I had three main areas that I wanted to focus on and stuff that seemed interesting to me. And the first was obviously making content related to skills and mindset, which has been the primary focus of this channel so far. And the second area was to be more fitness related and athletics and stuff like that I did a little bit about on the channel, but now onto the third one, which is going to be challenge related, which I've only done one challenge video so far, which was the Keto 30-Day Challenge, which was more of a mental and physical challenge, but it wasn't really as entertaining. It was more about challenging myself, where we're going to be going to a new type of challenge this week. There were always these little things I always wanted to learn how to do, like being able to play the guitar. I wanted to be able to do a backflip, do a front flip, all these little type of challenges I wanted to make and try to accomplish. Well, this week we're going to try the number one thing I wanted to learn when I was a kid and never accomplished, was to be able to solve a Rubik's Cube. But I don't only want to be able to solve a Rubik's Cube, I want to become a master of the Rubik's Cube. I want to be one with the Rubik's Cube. I remember when I was a kid, I would sit there and play with Rubik's Cubes for hours, but never be able to solve them. But today is going to change that. However, I don't own a Rubik's Cube, so let's solve that. Now that we solved the first problem, let's start tackling today's challenge. But of course I had to make my life harder and get an impossible Rubik's Cube, which has these super little holographic markers all over the squares, which makes it harder to see the colors. But it was literally the only one I could find, other than a 2x2. So life gave us lemons and we're just gonna deal with it. So there are plenty of different approaches we can go with here to try to solve this Rubik's Cube, such as just throwing the kitchen fridge at it just like you do as a kid and just keep trying to solve it over and over again, and eventually you'll manage to get it, hopefully. But I was taught to work smarter, not harder, so we're gonna use the good old power of the internet. I'm gonna do a little research and then we're gonna get to solving. It's been solved. Look at that, it's magic. Definitely didn't go and buy me a different one, because this one was giving me an absolute headache and I literally couldn't even follow the actual tutorials on how to solve a Rubik's Cube. Whenever you're literally questioning your sanity to see what color is actually white on here and you just turn it and it changes colors, I just gave up on it. I was like, this is not for me. The impossible cube is impossible. It took me 2 trips to Walmart, 1 trip to the dollar store, and then a trip to Walgreens literally 5 minutes before they close just to find an actual standard Rubik's Cube. So now I'm gonna sit here and actually learn how to solve one, and we're gonna see how fast I can get it done and actually train and practice and see how fast I can solve a Rubik's Cube in the next 7 days.
3 days later. Several days later.
And with a snap, we have 7 days passed and my training has completed. And like you can see on the camera, we have a solid Rubik's Cube. So we're now gonna go mix it up. And we're gonna make sure that I can actually solve this on camera without actually having to follow any kind of steps or anything like that. Just to prove that I am at least one with the cube, so to speak. So I think this will do. I mixed it up randomly. I'll even give it a couple extra spins just for y'all, but I have not definitely memorized how to spin this into a designed pattern in order to only be able to solve it this way. So we're gonna go with this randomized pattern and we're gonna get to solving. And I'm gonna put a timer somewhere on the screen. I don't know where yet, because I have used my phone to record the cube, so I can't just put a timer on the table, so you have to just trust me with whatever time we got. So let's get going. As you can see, I now have the white face solved, and I also have this first row solved on both sides. So now we're going for the second row, and we're gonna start now. As you can see, I now have the second row solved, so now we're gonna go to getting the yellow cross in the top square. Now we have the yellow cross, so now I'm going to get the corners in the right spots. So we've now gotten the corners all in the right spots. So now I need to now rotate these yellow corners to face up. So now we have all the yellow face completed. So now I need to solve the final step. And we have solved it. All 6 sides. So I'm not certain how fast that was. I know from the timer, at least it was under 5 minutes. I probably did a little quicker than that. I'll know whenever I go to edit the video, but this week's video is a little less serious and more about just the goals that we set in life and just having those little accomplishments and stuff it doesn't have to always be serious. It can be something simple. It may seem silly to some people, but like solving a Rubik's Cube has always been something I wanted to know how to do, and now I can. And I can do it just whenever I'm stressed out and have something that's like a little side thing that I can do as a stress reliever. And it's just something that was fun. Like, I didn't have any problems training and like learning how to solve it all week. I actually was looking forward to being able to solve it just because it was a new challenge. So finding these little accomplishments you can have throughout your life, it adds a nice fresh spin to your day, and I think it's something that's nice to have. I know this video is a little different than my normal content, but I was trying to do something a little fresh, a little bit more entertaining, a little more fun for both of us, and I hope you all enjoyed it. And if you want to see me do a front flip or a back flip and try not to break my neck, let's try to get this video to 50 views, make that as a goal, and I'll try to learn that. And with that said, see you next time on Modern Mindset.